The Packers clinched number 1 seed. Jamar Chase is of a different breed. The Hawks and Pats hit 50. Big Ben was misty. And AB wants to be freed. Welcome to the Mish Poem. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the final episode of the Mishpo for the 2021 season. I hope everyone had a great season. Despite not winning the championship, I still had a really good time. Congrats to our champion, by the way, Tyler Cornelius, aka T-Corn. And congrats to Adam, who did not take Sacco after all signs pointed to him getting Sacco. So, congrats to Adam. State, I look forward to your performance. And before we jump into the matchups, you guys gotta know I got a beer. We'll really hope I land this one, because that would be a pretty good way to end. So yeah. Alright, I did say we were going to jump to the matchups, but a quick little bit of business. We're obviously entering now a new season since the past season has ended, which did cause a bit of confusion with the trades. There was one trade in particular between Sam and I that had some issues with the past league / current league situation. Luckily for me, it was all resolved because I liked the trade quite a bit. But yeah, I did turn off trading in that old league, so there shouldn't be any more issues with that. But yeah, there's been some trades. I believe there's been at least 2 or 3 trades already, which is great to see. And I'm sure there will be more over the course of this off season. But yeah, so there's that. And then for next year, I was going to do that in this episode, announce all of the different changes and things that we will be voting on as to implement for next season. But I wanted to hear what you guys wanted to change for next year. A couple of things I came up with was adding in Fab, mentioned before. I think it would be good for the league if we entered in Fab. And of course, I will be explaining what that is when we get to that point. Changing up some scoring for the defense to make it so that defenses can earn more points. Something I thought of was you get a point or 2 for a 4th down stop, which is essentially a turnover. So that is definitely something I think we could do. Changing up the roster positions. I don't know if we could try to maybe get rid of kicker again, but obviously that could stay in. It'll all be up to a vote, or, adding more bench, adding another flex, adding super flex if we wanted to give that a shot. But so just a couple things, and then yeah, just anything anyone would want to implement. If you've got a unique scoring thing that you think would be fun, or I don't know, changing up the league in any way. I want to hear what you guys think. And let me know, and then we can put out a survey poll type thing and get some things up to a vote and try to make this next year even better than this year. So that is that. Now we will jump into the matchups. First up, me versus Caleb. This one was the highest scoring matchup, because it had the 2 highest scoring teams on the week. The winner, spoiler alert, it was Caleb, had the most points on the week. So congratulations, Caleb, you got a beer. And then I had the 2nd most points on the week. And on top of that, it was one of the closest matchups of the week. There is only one other matchup that is relatively as close as this one was. A couple other ones that were closer, but not as close. So we'll just jump into it. Caleb ended up getting the victory here, eking out that win. Deontay Johnson could not do enough on Monday night. He got the win, 142.36 to 140.66, and 33% of people got that one correct. Moving us on to Brian versus Derek, the 11th place matchup. This one was a bit low scoring, and it was also relatively close, but in the end, Derek got the victory here, 119.48 to 107.82, and 67% of people got that one correct. Moving us on to, I believe, the 9th place matchup, and I'll go through the standings at the end of this. Fiala versus Michael. This one was the other matchup I alluded to being very close, difference of 2.26 points. Bit low scoring, but both teams did crack 100. Fiala got the victory here, 108.46 to 106.2. Oh, and I didn't mention Caleb. That matchup, 33% of people got the matchup correct for Caleb and I, 67% for Brian and Derek, and then 33% for Michael and Fiala. Only 3 people took the survey this week. I believe it was me, Abby, and Derek, I think. I don't recall. I will quickly check. It was Brian. Brian always takes it. Always taking those surveys. But yeah, only 3 people, and only one of us got that one right. I don't remember who it is, but that was Colin versus Sam. Adam versus State Farm next up. Or wait, did I talk about Colin versus Sam? No, I didn't. Colin versus Sam. We talked about Michael versus Fiala. Fiala won here. Colin versus Sam, the matchup for, I believe, 7th place. This one was the biggest blowout of the week. A difference of about 25-ish. Doing some quick math there. And we'll just jump into it. Sam got the victory commandingly and with, I think, the 3rd highest score of the week. Barely eking out T-Corn for that 3rd spot on the week. He won 131.94 to 106.7, and 33% of people got that one correct. Which brings us to our championship matchup. Not gonna lie, a lot less points scored than I thought, especially from Abby's side. Spoiler alert, T-Corn, well, I told you, T-Corn won the championship, and everyone knows already because they saw it. But yeah, T-Corn won 131.58 to Abby's 122.74. Didn't quite get the performances that she had been used to throughout the rest of the season. And 0% of people got that one correct. So that was the matchups for last week. Not very good, as you could probably tell, in terms of people predicting the matchup. I took 1st place for points, but that's not saying much because I only scored 2 points on the season. So, like I said, low points for this past week. Of course, though, over the course of the season, I was keeping track, and for the entire season, State Farm took the lead, or took the win, despite not submitting a survey, I think like 3 weeks or so. He didn't this week. He won the entire season with 66 points, and then he also had the best average of 5.5. And I will quickly just run through what everyone had for points. I'll just do total. The average you can figure out yourself maybe, but for total, as I said, State Farm was 1st place with 66, and then myself with 61. And that was me taking it every single week. So, next after that, Lincoln with 46, Derek with 41, Michael had 30, Adam, I guess this wasn't sorted properly in order. Adam had 39, Brian also had 39, let's see, go back in order. Caleb had 31, and then yeah, so Michael at 30, as I said, Abby had 27, Bruce with 24, Fiala with 19, Sam with 13, T-Corn with 7, and Colin never took the survey this entire season, so he ended up with 0. And I guess we can just do the average. We've got some extra time. We're pretty much going to wrap it up shortly here, but the best average, as I said, was State Farm with an average of 5.5 per week, and then Caleb had 5.2, Michael with 5, Lincoln with 4.6, Adam with 4.3, Derek 4.1, Bruce had 4, I had 3.8, as well as Fiala, but I had a 3.81, so slightly better. 3.5 for T-Corn, 3.25 for Brian, 3 for Abby, 2.6 for Sam, and as I mentioned, Colin with 0 because he never took the survey. So imagine, Colin, if you would have took it this past week and got at least like a 6 at least, you would have taken 1st for that, but nope. I'll take a quick sip before we jump into the final standings, which is also the order in which we pick our picks for the draft. So I'll take a quick sip and we'll be right back. Alrighty, here we are for the final standings. I was going to do what I thought, but I just thought it'd be less confusing to just give the official standings. But for the record, I think Abby's team is still the best, with me being second. And we'll jump into the actual end-of-year standings. Of course, State Farm got the Sacco 14th, but he will be picking his draft position first this next season. And he's got a couple picks in there that from other teams that'll give him some good draft capital, I do declare. 13th, we have Adam after beating him State Farm in that Sacco Bowl. And then Brian, and then Derek at 11, Michael at 10, Fiala took 9th, Colin took 8th, Sam took 7th, Bruce took 6th, Lincoln 5th, I took 4th, Caleb took 3rd, earning himself a cool $30. Abby took 2nd, getting a cool 60. And of course, T-Corn, our champion, earned himself a cool 120. Nice return on investment there. And he also won the Dynasty League that I'm in with him. So he made quite a bit of money off this season. That other one is higher paying than this one with, I believe the buy-in's $50, so we probably won, in total, probably about $400. So if you're ever at a bar with T-Corn, I'm sure he can cover the drinks. But, yeah, obviously no game predictions for next week, as this was the last week of the season. But just close with, as I mentioned at the top, think of anything that you guys would like changed for next year in terms of the league. Like I said, there's a couple things that I thought of with the fab and the defensive scoring, and obviously we always throw in if you want to get rid of kickers or add other positions. But anything you guys think would be a good addition, I guess subtraction as well, to our league for next year. There's plenty of time in the off season. We will have a vote on it, obviously, and just try to make next year even better than this past year. So yeah, I guess that'll just about do it. Thanks to everybody for making this such a great season. Also, just thought of this. We did have all those trades, obviously, during the regular season. If you guys would like me to go through all of those trades and determine how well I thought determine how good the trades ended up being with the retrospective of being at the end of the season now, I can do that. But yeah, that will do it. So, with that, thank you, and thank you. Alrighty, we'll do this last flip of the year on our champion, Tyler T-Corn Dad Cornelius. That would have been really cool, but we'll just have to wait till next year. Or later this year if I do another video and I drink another beer in it. But for sure,